Good morning. It's Tuesday, which is our special day for remembering those that have passed. And I do have a special memory to share later when we're doing that from something just sent by Caroline Weiss. And it's another beautiful day. We got through the extended red flag alert that went through this morning, and it looks like for the moment things are calm. We have, just some leaves and cones from the tree and things like that came down, but by and large we got off very easily, and we're very grateful that that is true for our area up here in general too. I understand down in Southern California, including in some places where I've lived, it has not been so good. But we are grateful for any respite that we can get, and so we are happy to be going over to our little temple this morning and once again doing the noon rite. So here we go, and beautiful blue skies today. Let me just show you around a little bit. I'll try not to get anybody dizzy. And here we are. And we've got some peacocks perched. Our big hybrid blue and white peacock looks like he's doing well this morning. He's got a couple of girlfriends in there too. So here we go. Alrighty. Okay, so we shall light our little candle for the fire order. We certainly are being more respectful of fire these days. Alright. And our sandalwood, I'm going to use sandalwood today. I used the lunar one yesterday because I really wanted to bring in that cooling and moist energy. And today I think we're able to do the sandalwood without worrying too much about all of it. So that's good. Here we go. Very well. Okay, and people are already here. Welcome all of you. So let us go ahead and begin. If anyone ever wants a copy of what we use here, just feel free to contact me via Messenger on Facebook is a good way, or some other way. I'll be glad to send it to you. So, alrighty. Divine Isis, goddess of 10,000 names, I invoke your grace. Come to our temple, O goddess, dwell in our shrine, make our hearths your altars, our hearts your home. Bring vision and healing to those who use this shrine. Give us wisdom and unveil the truth, and with thy feathery wings protect us. Breathe into us the breath of life and health and strength. It is noon, let us celebrate the moon. Let us celebrate the stars, no matter where they are. It is noon, let us celebrate the sun that shines on everyone. Let us celebrate our day as we go upon our way. It is noon, it is noon, it is noon. Alrighty, and now it's time for our words. And let me make sure, I have to go back and make sure I catch everybody. Oops, okay. Alrighty, from Marquis, Goddess, keep us safe. Goddess, keep us safe. Goddess, keep us safe. Goddess, keep us safe. A simple request, but very, very profound. And from Delta, unity and peace. unity and peace, unity and peace, unity and peace. Not pieces, unity. Okay, and my words today, a peaceful, beautiful day, a peaceful, beautiful day, a peaceful, beautiful day, a peaceful, beautiful day. And from Mana, trust the connection, trust the connection, trust the connection, trust the connection. Good words of wisdom. Okay, is that all for today? Okay, if you come up with the words in a minute, of course, you can add them. So let's go ahead and begin the honorings of the directions. We just do 4 of them, but of course, there's 360 degrees of directions, but we do the major ones. The Egyptians did both the quarters and sometimes the cross quarters. So goddesses might be in charge of like the northwest or the southeast, as well as the other directions. And if you look at our beautiful Dendra zodiac, Dendra inspired zodiac, you can see that basically the quarters and the cross quarters are marked. And here's our goddess of the east, right up there. All right, and I've seen the replica of the original in the temple there, and it's interesting. It's actually much smaller than ours. The whole thing would fit well within our main circle there. So, and it's a very low ceiling as well, which surprised me. It's probably no higher than like a 7-foot ceiling. And here we have the 12-foot ceiling, so it has that sense of rising to the sky more than the one in the ancient temple itself. All right, well, let us go ahead and do the directions. Let us honor the east, element of air with the winds ever blowing, and we honor the south, element of fire with the flames ever glowing, and we honor the west, element of water with the rivers ever flowing, and we honor the north, element of earth with the seeds ever growing, and we honor the spirits above and below with the wisdom ever knowing, and we honor our bodies both without and within with the love forever showing. For we come into this world with all these gifts and more, our very own special essence. Let us thank the goddess for that which she bestows. Let us go forth refreshed and renewed with dedication to preserve and protect all life, for we are all children of Isis, the great Mother Goddess. And today being Tuesday, that is our day for recognizing those that have passed. And I'm going to try to do something here. I need to read something from my phone, and I'm wondering if I can possibly do that without disconnecting everything. I don't think I'm going to try. But I received this morning from Carolyn Weiss in England a lovely little thing on Lord Strathlock, who is one of the co-founders of the Fellowship of Isis. And in the Fellowship of Isis, he began, putting it all together with Lady Olivia and his wife Pamela back in the mid-70s. And there was something, a Wexford festival that he spoke at that was the first time he had publicly gone into a lot of details on the ideals of the fellowship that he intended to be founding. and went into the idea that we are all equal in the eyes of the goddess, and that one of the fellowship's goals would be to represent the religion and faith of the goddess publicly, and to do many other things that became part of the original manifesto. And I just wanted to recognize that today. That was back in 1974, so some time ago, about 46 years ago. And we can recognize that, that as having been a very important moment in the history of the Fellowship of Isis. Now, we are the Temple of Isis. We are a different organization, but many of us are in both of the organizations, and we very much recognize Lady Lorian and her brother and his wife as having founded something truly magnificent on this earth, and having inspired literally tens of thousands of people to follow the worship of the goddess. Now, Derry was already involved in worship. He was an ordained Anglican minister, and it's very interesting that from him would come so much that has been vivifying to the entire goddess faith movements around the world. And so we're remembering him especially today. But there are many others to remember, as always. So I'm also have been, it's been brought to my attention, people online, have been posting about the passing of their pets. And I want to remind everyone that we totally accept that animals have souls, and we're more than happy to include them whenever we are doing any observances for those who have passed. So please feel free to remind us of your passing or past pets too. So, Goddess bless. Many losses this year. Catherine Moore here, my good friend Jeffrey Bohannon, who was a great support for a long, long time for me, and that I greatly appreciate. A bookseller, so they're especially sacred to most of us, aren't they? And of course, our priestess Serena Toxicat, and Warren Zook, our priest, and many, many others that we've lost. Catherine Farah, Avalon's partner Marilyn. There's been a lot of losses. It seems like the veil has been very thin this year for so many, and so many have gone through. So Goddess bless all those that I know of, but if anyone wants to add anyone right now, please do so. And of course, you can also add your 3 words. We just got some in from Jeffrey. Love, beauty, and truth. Love, beauty, and truth. Love, beauty, and truth. Love, beauty, and truth. And car engines, too. All right. So if there's anyone else that we want to remember, please bring them forth now. But it seems like that is it for the moment. So we will go ahead. Goddess bless, may all our hearts be soothed over the losses that we still grieve. And they say that grief is often carried in what's called the higher heart chakra, which is kind of a crescent around the lower part of your neck, the upper part of your chest. And ylang-ylang oil is supposed to be good for this. Not the pure essential, mix it with something, but ylang-ylang oil is supposed to be helpful for the higher heart. And this is also a chakra that leads to illuminations, and can be an outgrowth of the opening of your heart chakra, and it goes up into here. But it's not one of the major ones, but it really is one of the ones that must have just missed the list as a major chakra, because it's actually very important. So it's right over the thymus gland, which is important for our immunities too. So remember your higher heart chakra. You look it up. It's very interesting. I was unaware of it until mine opened. And then I went, what just happened here? And so I investigated it, because it felt like a chakra opening, and I was not aware of it being one. So that's what led me to some small understanding of that. All right, on we go. Okay, and today's reading from the 42 Ideals of Ma'at is number 33, a master number. I converse with awareness. I converse with awareness. I converse with awareness. I converse with awareness. Conversations are an interesting subject to study. When you begin to think about it, it boggles the mind, Lady Lorian writes. There are so many variables and possibilities of how a conversation might begin and the direction it might take. It is a very important aspect of our lives, and yet we often forget about how it affects others. Dwell for a while and begin to actually be aware of how you converse, the kinds of things you say a lot, and why. What is it that you are conveying in each conversation? Have you noticed that when you meet someone, there are various feelings about how you end up greeting one another? Sometimes it feels estranged, and other times it feels very warm and welcoming. Become aware of how these dichotomies are played out in your daily life. Classes in nonviolent communication are popular now because many do not know how to address other people, and they want to become more aware, which we definitely encourage. As I stare at the word converse today, I'm struck that, con is kind of a connection. Even in Spanish, con is with. So converse, it's like with verse, with poetry. Try today maybe to converse with a little more verse in your conversations and see where that may bring you. Alrighty. And so, I think we are closing unless there's a last minute request, and we will go ahead and end today's. As always, we thank our teachers, many though they may be, including Lady Olivia and Lord Strathblock. We thank Lady Lorian for all that she put in motion and all that she brought to us here. And as always, to the gracious Goddess Isis, in whom all things are possible, we give our thanks and ask her blessings.